Hey guys, so I finally received my Samsung Galaxy S10e in the mail today, and I wanted to do the unboxing with you guys. This is the T-Mobile variant of the phone, 128 gigabytes Prism White. The phone also comes in Prism Black, Prism Blue, and Flamingo Pink. I do want to stress that this is the S10e, the essential version of the phone. Samsung had to make a few cuts to keep the price point low at $749, namely 6 gigabytes of RAM versus the 8 gigabytes of RAM on the S10 and S10 Plus, a dual rear camera setup versus a triple rear camera setup on the S10 and S10 Plus, and a smaller 5.8 inch full HD Plus display, whereas the S10 and S10 Plus have QHD Plus displays. So despite that, this phone is still a beast in its own right. It still runs Snapdragon's latest 855 processor, still IP68 rated, which is against water and dust. The phone should be fine in 5 feet of water for up to 30 minutes. And this phone does have Samsung's Infinity O display with the hole punch front-facing camera. But enough of that, let's actually get to what you guys came here for, which is the phone. Yes, I did download that app specifically for this video. Afterwards, I probably delete it. It's on my old Samsung Galaxy S8s. And let's see what we have here. Barcodes, SIM cards, and the beast itself. So we have the dual camera setup on the back, capacitive fingerprint scanner and power button. The S10 and S10 Plus have in-display fingerprint scanners. On the bottom, we have the Type-C jack, 3.5 millimeter for your headphones. You do not need to use an adapter, thank God. Volume rocker, dedicated Bixby button, which can now be remapped, though you cannot remap it to another virtual assistant. So no Cortana, no Alexa, no Google Assistant. At the top, you have your SIM slot, which also houses your micro SD port. Card. Let's put this to the side and let's see what else we have in here. Wall plug, Samsung dedicated wall plug. OTG, Type-C, lets you use thumb drives and different USB peripherals with your Galaxy device. And here, I'm going to assume that this is going to be my Type-C cable. We'll put that off to the side as well. And of course, the AKG earphones that have come with the previous versions of the Galaxy S flagship series. So we'll put these all off to the side and power up this bad boy. This phone feels very light, premium, and it definitely boasts a pretty great screen to body ratio. I think it's above 91%, 435 PPI, which is really great. Stainless steel finish.
Let's get started. Let me help you get set up more easily by...
Okay.
Let's look at the terms and conditions.
So we're just gonna skip right through this.
Restore the settings and contents.
I'm gonna skip that for now. And as you can see, the hole punch camera in the top right corner.
Choose a network.
No Wi-Fi network, we'll skip that. Whatever they say, I'll just accept it without reading. And for protecting your phone, you have your face recognition, fingerprint, and of course your typical pattern pin password, but we'll just leave my phone vulnerable for now.
Log into a Samsung account to get the most out of your device.
I'll skip that, but your Samsung account is more or less how you can move the info from your previous phone, if you did have a Samsung phone, your previous phone onto your new phone. And we'll next this out.
We're all set.
Finish. And now look at that. Look at this beauty. So as you see, this phone is mostly just screen. This phone does not have the curved edges like the S8, S9, or S10. But despite that, this phone does still have the edge panel or the edge screen. So if you are used to using that, you don't have to give that up. You do see your typical recent apps button, your home button, back button, which if I'm not mistaken, you can go into your settings and under display, you can actually choose the navigation bar. You can choose to have them as buttons or gesture based. If you do the gestures, they still have the same functions. So the far left is still your recent apps. Close on. The middle is still home, and the far right is still back. When you do go into your recent apps, if you actually tap the icon, you can actually get into split screen view. We'll close back out of that. And with the new S10 series, Samsung has announced a new feature called wireless power share. Here it is up in your settings, wireless power share. And what this does is it lets you use your Samsung Galaxy device to charge another QI ready device. So I actually have my Samsung Galaxy 8. It says it's ready to charge. Put the center of your phone back to back with another device. I will set my device down and I will take out my trusty old Galaxy S8 and see what we get here. Gonna charge for me. There we are. And then my Galaxy S8 is charging, which, by the way, brings me to the point of comparing these two phones. Let's see. We can see right here that the S8 and by default the S9, since they have the same dimensions, slightly longer. It's kind of hard to tell from this. Wait, let's bring it up like this. I think the S8 may actually be just a tad bit skinnier and the S10e is a bit wider. And as far as thickness, I think it's kind of hard to tell because of the curved back of the S10e, but both devices are relatively very thin. Both of these devices do have 5.8-inch displays. I will actually show you my Galaxy S8 display, which actually has a higher resolution, just for comparison. Oh, right. My reason for actually having to do this was my touch screen, excuse me. But you can see it's kind of hard to tell the difference despite the fact that this phone does have a higher resolution display. Let's check out some more of the features of this phone. We can go to the camera, which is the dual camera. So we have your regular photos. Then we can, let's actually bring this front and center. So we can go from your regular camera to the wide angle lens. Don't forget that there are two. You can do your live focus, which lets you use effects. So we'll move that back, and we can get a spin effect, a zoom effect, and a color effect. Professional settings for those professional photographers, myself not included. Panorama, which we're also used to by this point in time. And food for those who would rather take pictures of their food than eat it. I guess that feature will be well used by those guys. Video, these phones can record 4K content at 60 frames per second and either with using the regular lens or again the wide angle. And Samsung's forever attempt to one up the iPhone, we have super slow motion and slow motion, as well as hyperlapse. And of course, what was introduced with the Galaxy S9 and 9 Plus, we have the AR emoji. Let's see if I can get that. Cannot zoom out in this mode. Just give me the AR emoji. Allow and allow. Oh, I guess it has to see my face. And it sees my face. So what I was told with this one, it can't see my whole face, but is that it should track blinking, your tongue, I try to stick out my tongue, and hand movements. Let's check out some more settings. About phone, software info. So of course this phone does run Samsung's new One UI version 1.1. Of course it's running Pi, so latest version of that right out of the box. And of course we're going to unlock some developer options. Back another screen and developer options. So one cool thing I noticed here was that you can actually simulate having one of those disgusting notches that most phones are going with nowadays. You can do a corner notch, which is what I'm going to assume that most manufacturers will want to do if they wanted to retain the front-facing camera without using this hole punch method like Samsung did, or the pop-up method like some other manufacturers did. You can do the double cutout, which is kind of akin to what the iPhone has been doing, minus the bottom one. If you kind of ignore that, that's what the iPhone 10, 10R, 10S have been doing. Still dislike it. And a tall cutout. Again, I still just don't see the reason, the reasoning, but Pi is supposed to support notches, so I'm guessing that's the reason for that. And this has been your official look at the Galaxy S10e. So guys, let me know what you think in the comments. Based on this, would you want to get the 10e, or would you want to go a step up another $150 and get the S10 or the S10 Plus? Or would you rather wait till about a month or two when Samsung releases its S10 5G? Please subscribe, like this video. Supposing you didn't like the video, still like it, and I'll catch you guys next time.